What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I would like to talk about running back Bijan Robinson, and I want to talk about his warning or comments that he sent to the Atlanta Falcons locker room after yesterday's victory. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or NFL content. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So as I mentioned in today's video, I do want to talk about Bijan Robinson's warning or his comments after yesterday's game. Bijan Robinson was interviewed, and they did a press conference after yesterday's victory on Monday Night Football against the Buffalo Bills, where the Falcons won by a score of 24-14. And Bijan Robinson always gives glory to God and things of that nature after every single game. He is a player that's very humble, but he did talk about after yesterday's game that the Falcons have to remain humble and that they can't listen to the things that are coming and being said by the media. He talked about, when you get boastful and when you start believing, drinking your own Kool-Aid, believing that you're better than you really are. That's usually when you lose a game, similar to what we saw when we lost to the Carolina Panthers 30-0. But he did talk about the Falcons have heard the chirps and things of that nature in the media. He talked about how Drake London doesn't get the respect that he deserves around the league. That there were questions as if he's the #1 wide receiver. And he talked about that a lot of the media don't believe in the Atlanta Falcons and things of that nature. But he talked about the Falcons just have to keep their head down. They have to continue to make plays, and they have to continue to prove it out there on the field between the white lines. And I completely agree with Bijan Robinson. I do believe that this Falcons team is better than what they get credit for. The Falcons are looking to change the culture and change how the media and how they're viewed by fans around the league and things of that nature, and how they're viewed by the Atlanta Falcons fan base, that they're trying to get the city behind the team. And he talked about basically the Falcons just have to continue to win games and play the game the right way. And I completely agree with Bijan Robinson and all of the comments that he made after yesterday's game. I do believe that Bijan Robinson is the best player in the NFL. As Coach Raheem Morris have stated, he definitely should be an MVP candidate moving forward, as well as possibly Offensive Player of the Year. His 81-yard run was one of those special plays. He's proven that he's a special player with his first 3 seasons in the league, and his trajectory is definitely going up. I really feel like the ceiling is high for Bijan Robinson. He's not even in his prime yet, but he's proven that he's one of the best players in the league. But I love the comments that he made after the game, and I feel like the Falcons have to learn how to play at that consistent level. That's something that we consistently have said over and over again, that we need to see consistency from this team. And I really feel like the Falcons have figured out their blueprint and their identity as far as being a run-first team, being a team that's going to play really good defense, because we do have a legitimate defense now. We're the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved last night going up against the reigning MVP and Josh Allen that we are legit. I believe we stacked him yesterday like 4 or 5 times, picked him off 2 times, and we proved yesterday that this team is a contending team in our Atlanta Falcons. Everybody knew coming into the season that the Buffalo Bills were a team that's Super Bowl contenders. They've been contenders for the last 3 to 4 seasons with Josh Allen at the helm. And we went out there and we dominated them, especially in that first half. But the defense really dominated in yesterday's game. And we pretty much made them play Falcons football. So with that being said, in regards to like the Falcons, reading their news clippings and things of that nature, I really feel like Bijan Robinson is correct about the players, staying off of social media, not buying into the hype, but them going out there and proving it on the field. But as the fans and as content creators and things of that nature, it's our job to talk about how well this team is playing. It's our job to lift this team up. And that's why I always here on my platform do my best to give you guys the best content as far as keeping it a buck when we're playing bad. I try to tell you guys we didn't play well or we're playing bad. But when we play good and when this team does well, it's our job as the media, so-called media, or as content creators to give you guys the real. And as Falcons fans, I try to give you guys the real, the uncut, the raw, but the real facts, the stats, and the truth. And I really feel like this Atlanta Falcons team does have a chance to be a deep playoff contender, Super Bowl contender this season. With all the injuries around the league, I told you guys, going into this game, that the Falcons measure up well against any team in the league when we play at our best. And when we have our best players out there on the field, we stack up really well against any team in the league because we have a lot of weapons. We seen last night how explosive this Atlanta Falcons offense can be. And that was minus Darnell Mooney, who's one of the most explosive wide receivers in the game. That was out without Kyle Pitts having a big game. But Drake London showed that he's a #1 wide receiver in yesterday's game, going for over 140 yards receiving and a touchdown. Almost had 2 touchdowns with him stepping out of bounds late in that game. But I was just really impressed with the Atlanta Falcons team. But I thought that I would share, Bijan Robinson's comments and things of that nature of remaining humble, that these guys got to continue to grind and continue to be consistent out there on the field. But I love that we put on a show on Monday Night Football with the whole nation watching, with the whole NFL watching, being that we were only 2 games on last night. Everybody got to see, on ESPN last night, our Falcons put on a show, and they went out there and displayed how special Bijan Robinson is as a running back. But the defense and the whole team as a collective, they showed that we can go out there and dominate any team in the league when we are at our best. So with that being said, I have a lot more content coming for you guys, but you guys give me your thoughts on Bijan Robinson's comments, that we have to remain humble. But as the content creators, as the fans, we have to go out here and lift these guys up. We have to go out there and show the league how special this team is, because I really feel like we have a lot of talent here in Atlanta. So with that being said, I have a lot more content coming for you guys. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button for your boy. Hit that like button for your boy. Hit that hype button on this video, please. We definitely trying to get it to at least 100 likes in the comment section. So definitely leave your comments. Make sure you hit that like button if you enjoy this content. But as always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.